Chris, Alex Tetty and Anthony Pilkington were in the squad for the whole game. Are they in contention for a starting place against Newcastle?
No, both in the squad, and so we've made and making decisions on the starting lineup. But they're both close, I'd have to say. But more importantly, they're both fit and available, which is a real plus for us.
A negative is Michael Turner and Johnny Howson, who are both still going to be out for a number of weeks, he said.
Yes, which is frustrating. Michael, we probably were aware of shortly after he'd done it, because it was a fairly significant hamstring pull that he had. So we knew straight away that he would be out for a period. Johnny's been a little bit frustrating, and it's quite frustrating for him as well. Somebody who was playing so well, and somebody who's not really been used to being injured. Difficult one for us with him, but one that we have to make sure and get on with.
For the squad as a whole, after the win against Hull, it must have been a nice week and a bit's training.
It has. We've had some good training days. We initially gave the players a couple of days off, and we've managed to get some good work in. And important also, so for Anthony Pilkington and Alex, coming back into the fold, that they had a good week's training as well. We've been able to give the extras that haven't played so much some good work. So hopefully we've used it to good effect.
Newcastle got a good win against West Ham, but before that they lost the last four. What do you make of them?
I think that's the league at the moment, and what they are is that they are a team, a good offensive team that have good options up front, and on their day, they're capable of beating anybody. But we know what this division is, and we need to make sure that we can start to show the consistency that we need. It just so happens that Newcastle is the next game. We're on the back of a real good feel, because it lifted us 3 places in the table after the whole game, and we want more of that.
Games at Carrow Road are always special, of course, but night games often tend to have a little bit of an extra edge, don't they, in terms of atmosphere?
Yeah, they do, and I can think of some real good wins last season that we had under floodlights. We seem to have had more last season than what we have this season. I know when the days, of course, get darker earlier, and we've seen our Saturday games play second halves under floodlights, but it's different, of course, playing a full game and a start floodlights, and we've got to use everything to our advantage. We created a real good atmosphere in the last game at home. Supporters were excellent, and we need to make sure to do that again.
And it is an opportunity to get back-to-back wins for the first time this season. What would that do for confidence heading into this last third of the campaign? Well,
I think it's always a lift for confidence. We found it difficult. We are in with a group of teams that I think that have also found it difficult to get the points and the consistency that they need. But I think you can only speak for where you are at this particular moment, and where we are. So we're on the back of a good win. We would really love to make sure that we are able to get back-to-back wins, but we can only do that on the pitch, and we know the task, because they are a good side and they're on the back of a real good win. But we're at home. The emphasis generally is on the home team to create and force the issue, and we need to make sure to do that.
And finally, Chris, last week of the transfer window, you've been asked the question before. I've got to ask you it.
Yes.
You must be working hard behind the scenes to try and make some improvements if you can.
We are, but I think for some that are not around sort of this situation, some don't really understand how difficult a window it is. The summer, of course, there's more time for players to bed in, and even players from abroad that have to get used to a system or the language. There's that time in the summer. Really, with players that you bring in at this time of the year, are players that need to be up and running straight away, and to be able to go into what is a very difficult league. So we are working very hard, and amongst that you have to try and make decisions, but we have to still do what's right. We have a competitive squad at the moment. Some areas with the injuries that we found it a little bit more difficult, but we are competitive at the moment, and anything that we do has to be right for us.